Hey everybody, it's Mike Young, lifestyle nutritionist with aPlantBasedDiet.org. Welcome to chapter 67 of the book, Live to 150. And this one is about cholesterol. We're just going to talk very quickly about cholesterol. And let me give you a quick summary so you know what's going to happen here in this chapter. Number one, cholesterol is only found in animal products. And number two, unfortunately, some plants can also raise your cholesterol. And it's very important that you understand both of these concepts. And it's not just one or the other, it's both. So, okay, first of all, that's the major problem with animal products, or one of the major problems, is that they contain cholesterol, which basically is harmful to your body. That's all you need to know. And like I said, most of the health issues people have, the diseases, are due to people eating foods that harm your body. So if you're eating animal products, you're eating cholesterol, it's going to harm your body. It's just kind of like the other thing with animal products I talked about a few chapters ago was the protein. It's the wrong kind of protein. It's the kind that causes cancer that's in animal products. You do not want to eat that for that reason. But the bigger thing for this chapter is don't eat animal products. As long as you don't eat animal products, no animal flesh at all, no dairy products, nothing that came from an animal. Yeah, just don't even don't bother with the bees either. Okay, or anything else that you might think of, some type of ridiculous little reasoning there, don't do it. In almost all cases, they have cholesterol. I don't think that bee honey actually has cholesterol, but that's another story. Maybe it does. I don't even know. Let me know if you know this in the comments, okay? I don't claim to know everything, but eliminate the number one source of cholesterol by far, huge amounts. I'm sure if you're eating animal products, it is the animal products themselves. So stop that. The other thing, more difficult to understand, maybe the one you didn't hear about before, is that if you're eating only plants, you may have an elevated cholesterol level that you can and should bring down by eating less of certain plants that cause cholesterol to form inside your body, or cause that number when you get a blood test to raise up. Now, this was the case with me. I know I proved it to myself, and that's why I want to make sure that I get this out to everybody else and tell you that this is really an issue. It's something that you need to keep in mind. And if you remember that, if you've watched this, maybe you just stumbled across this chapter, and if you did, I highly encourage you to read all the other chapters, listen to them, put them in the car, on your playlist, on your Bluetooth, whatever. You can randomize them or you can listen to them in order. But we talked earlier about how you do not want to eat a higher percentage of calories from fat. You want to keep that low. You want to keep your percentage of calories from fat low as you can, really, because all plants contain, or at least most plants contain, some kind of fat, which is actually oil. That's why you don't eat it in the oil form either, because oil is 100% fat. But keep it low, because the minute you start injecting more fat into your diet by either use of oil or just eating too many nuts, seeds, avocados, or even fruits like durian. Okay, that's why the nuts, seeds, and avocados are high up in the food pyramid, because you're not supposed to eat that much of them. Same is true with fatty fruits as well. You can indulge in them every once in a while, but that's it. Don't do it any more often than that, because if you eat foods with a high percentage of calories from fat, it will raise your cholesterol level. That's what I'm saying. I found that out because I used to eat like Lara bars, and I thought that was like a whole food, because it has only like 5 ingredients, which are all like whole plants, which are just blended together. And it was great until I realized that I had to change my diet for a 21-day program I went through. And when I got my blood test back the second time, it was pretty good. The first time, it was like 150, which is just about heart attack proof, according to Dr. Caldwell-Esselstyn. And if you want to know about all this calories from fat, go to healthyveganfood.info, healthyveganfood.info. Scroll down and watch the 2 videos from Dr. Caldwell-Esselstyn if you want to know all the science. It's free. It's from our nonprofit. But what happened was, I had to eliminate those because it wasn't on the diet I was on. And when I did, I realized that was it. That was keeping my number high, or one of the factors. It was definitely one of the factors, because it went down to the 110s after that from 150. So that's great news. But also the takeaway is that just don't think it's just animal products that can raise your cholesterol level. You've got to remember that you need to eat a lean plant-based diet. You need to do it right. Not just do it, but do it right. And if you're doing it wrong, every time you're doing it wrong, your body's just going to complain. Your body actually, whether you realize it or not, just likes things a certain way. And that's true with this cholesterol. That's why I just titled it cholesterol. So we're going to get both of these aspects in here in one chapter, and you'll learn a lot, hopefully. I think that most people will learn something from from reading this or listening to or watching this chapter. So let me know in the comments too, your experience with cholesterol, like I don't know, whatever you want to share, your history, like when I got on a certain diet, this happened, when I eliminated animal products, this happened. Well, I don't know, what you could have been eating all this homemade cashew-based cheese that you have, like really high in fat, and then you could just, you could have, I don't know, a 200 cholesterol level probably if you eat a huge amount of percentage of calories from fat. And it's not hard to do. That's the other thing. It's not hard to do at all. I have to really be mindful of what I'm doing from a dietary perspective in order to not jack up that number above 20%. It is so easy to do. And you really want to pull it down below that. Better to be like 10% or something like that. Because when you get close to 20, it's too darn close and it's too easy to go over. This is one meal. You look at the grams of fat that are in, certain items, especially the saturated fat, which is the worst kind. But even if it's not, it's still going to raise your cholesterol level, as I found out. So hopefully I've imparted some wisdom to you guys, and let me know any of your experiences that you're willing to share. I shared my experience with cholesterol, and hopefully I will not have to ever worry about a stroke or a heart attack thanks to the wisdom from Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn. Like I said, if that link for the videos is healthyveganfood.info, and please go ahead and watch those. That's all free information for you. In addition to this book being free, share this chapter with people, tag people if you can, and like the video if you've gotten something out of it. And of course, subscribe so you hear about our next chapter when that comes out. Thanks so much. We'll see you in the next chapter. Bye-bye.